Hello, friends. This is Deepak. I'm here with Sanjeev ji, as you can see. So, Sanjeev ji, welcome back. It's been a while. Obviously, elections are over,
Yeah,
but we still don't know who is going to be the next president.
no, but we know now for sure.
Well, depends which side you ask that question. They all know.
Mm.
I wonder, would there be like an actual declaration? Would somebody say, yes, this is the final answer?
Yeah, December 14th is the last day where all the states have to certify everything. So by
Okay,
December
so
14th, this by December 14th has to be all done. All
so couple
lawsuit will be settled and everything. So December 14th is an important date.
so couple more weeks of mystery will continue.
Right.
But I think for the most part, we all know who is going to be in the Oval Office.
Yes, we all know.
So, Sanjeev, number one thing I wanted to talk to you about was what is the update on PPP loans? So, obviously, last time we talked, there were a lot of things that were in progress. Are they sort of done, or they're going to wait for the new administration to take over?
Yes, so the thing is, we have received a new guidance from IRS notice. They have come back and said that they will not allow uh, deductibility for expenses used for PP funds on the 2020 tax return. So what they are saying is, uh, if you apply for forgiveness, PPP loan forgiveness in 2020 with the expectation that you're going to get full forgiveness, then you better don't claim expenses on the tax return. Computer income, taking those expenses out, do the proper tax withholding, including considering that those expenses are not to be included. And if something comes up later on, if Congress pass something or does changes something, then you can go back. Uh, uh, you can go back, or you can file the tax return with extension. Or if you file the return taking those position, you can go back and amend the return, and then you can file. You can get a refund. So that is a position that IRS is taking as of now. Another thing that IRS has said is, if you are filing for forgiveness and you expect not full forgiveness, partial forgiveness, the expenses that you're claiming to that extent of partial forgiveness will be allowed, because partial forgiveness is not allowed, partial is allowed. So partial that to the extent of partial forgiveness not allowed will take the expenses. You can take those expenses, but to the extent they are partially allowed, again the same thing will happen like I said in earlier cases. Now, if you're not filed the application for forgiveness by December 2020 and you file it later, let's say next year, then what they're saying is, then of course you can, it will be 2021 tax year, where you can for 2020, because you not filed this uh, application for 2020 tax year, you claim, you take as a normal way income expenses. And let's say 2020 when you file the application and you get the forgiveness, you can include the expenses uh, which you have claimed on 2020 return on 2021 tax returns. So that's what IRS is saying. So what in a nutshell, it says that expenses will not be allowed to be deducted on tax return as of now. They are still waiting for clarification from the Congress. All the leaders are talking about it, but they are doing nothing about it. Even the Republicans, the Democrats, both want this forgiveness. In fact, the Democrats have passed the Heroes Act in the month of May, which provided all those for all those things, double dipping of expenses. We have heard a lot of things. We are hearing a lot of things. We are waiting for December. Something will come up in December for double dipping, or might be in January or February of next year. So for people who have PPP loan forgiveness issues, you please compute the income taking into not taking into account the expenses used for PPP loan forgiveness. Do the proper tax withholding, file the extension for the tax for the returns for next year, wait for the Congress to come back, and then do the proper tax filings for the year. So that will be my advice for those people. But do the tax withholding correctly, not thinking about the expenses used for PPP funds.
So basically, that's the major point right now. Depends on I guess this is a really good question for tax planning. Then
Yeah, it's a
people
very
who
good
have
question. See, PPP for loan forgiveness is upsetting the Tax Cuts Jobs Act, other benefits like QBI, qualified business income deduction, which is about 20% of business income not subject to taxes. Now, in this case of qualified business income deduction, It's all based upon the profit and net income of certain class of business like specialized service trade or businesses or non-specialized service trade or business. In case of non-specialized service trade or businesses, it depends upon the payroll. But for forgiveness, you're taking very low payroll for the owners. But as non-SSTB QBI deduction, we take high payroll for owners employees. So that's the planning we are missing. 179 deductions also we are not taking into consideration because based upon the equipment that you buy, then you have to use funds from PPP or some other sources. So again, there might be a chance that you might have misused the funds if you don't have cash flow to buy those equipment to lower your profit. That's also impacting the business tax planning for the year. So things are really tough. And on top of it will be the retirement planning, like 401k, how much you can contribute to 401k, because you have to run high payroll for 401k. If you have S corporation, is based on 25% of payroll. But if you're not taking payroll, high payroll for forgiveness, because owners are capped at 20,000, 33 for 24 weeks, then your 401k contribution will come down. So it's really impacting a lot for the business owners who are doing tax planning for year 2020. I hope and pray to God that Congress listens to it. They provide ample time for people to plan, and that's why this December 19 webinar which we have, I think that will be a great time for people. We'll get more clarity hopefully by that time.
Now, Sanjeevji, another thing we talked a little bit about in the last video was automatic forgiveness. Remember, there was plans for that. Are they still in work in progress, or that's pretty much out of the picture at this point?
They are still work in progress, but I can say this: if you are having a PPP loan amount less than $50,000, use the form 3508S, which is smaller version, and apply as soon as possible. Don't wait for those, because these are very streamlined applications for loan amount less than $50,000. For loan amount more than $50,000, I will prefer to wait. From 50,000 to 1 million, I will prefer to wait. Anything above 1 million, they should also apply for forgiveness as soon as possible, because it's not that when they apply, they will get the forgiveness immediately. Lender will take about 60 days to decide about the forgiveness, to discuss about all the process and all the documentation. Then they will submit to SBA. SBA has 90 days to look at all the documentation and give the money back to lender, and lender will then notify to the borrower. So it's like about 3 to 6 months time it takes from the time you apply for forgiveness. And understand this also. Let's say all the people start applying who got a PPP loan. Think about how much time they will need, the machinery they will need, the manpowers they will need, and there are more chances of getting problems later on in the system. So if you have loan amount less than $50,000, please go ahead. From 50,000 to 1 million, hold on. Anything above 1 million, they should also apply for forgiveness, because that's a big amount to consider.
So there you go. I think we have at least a plan in action, a recommended strategy that people can apply and take care of that. So anybody who have less than 50,000, go ahead and apply that. I think most banks are starting to accept that application now. So this is something you do with your bank, by the way, just to be clear. If you're not sure what that application is or where to find it, you can reach out to whichever bank gave you that loan, and they can provide you with instructions as to how to apply. So they are accepting that application now. I think for a time being, they have stopped it, even though it was available, but they were not accepting it. But now it is open for general public.
Yes.
All right. So now that we have PPP out of the way, then the second part is obviously this year has been a challenging year for everyone. There are a lot of changes. We talked a little bit about forbearance plans, for example, last time, that there might be a tsunami coming in relates to that. Very similar to what you just explained about these loan forgiveness, that yes, it's available, but the process, all the steps, all the check boxes that need to be check marked.
Oh, yeah.
By the time they're all check marked, a lot of business can still possibly go out of business. So a lot of things can still go wrong along the way. So I think that's why we have this webinar planned out, where Sanjeevji will talk a little bit more about what strategies can you use this year to reduce your taxable income. And as all of us can predict, that next year we will be talking about a whole different year, right? It's going to be a completely different year, a completely different strategy. There are a lot of people who might have taken money out of their retirement plans, maybe sold properties, taking advantage of lower income this year to take advantage of lower capital gains, which might go away next year. So there are a lot of all these scenarios going to happen. And that's where Sanjeevji will focus a little bit more as to what strategies you can apply So we'll talk a little bit more about that. The webinar is free; it doesn't cost you anything. Just go on sanjeevcpa.com and register there. And after the end of the webinar, if you are not clear on certain strategies, you can always ask your questions to Sanjeevji, and he can answer those. Sanjeevji, did I miss anything in
No,
there?
no, yeah. So only thing is like from December 19 to December 31st, you will get about 12 to 13 days time to plan the things for 2020. We know President Trump is going to be the next president very soon, next year, and his
Did you say
policies.
President Trump?
President Biden, sorry.
Like, just to be sure, maybe I'm reading the stars wrong.
See, you just told me that who follows, right? Who are the followers? So President Biden is the next president. Let me correct it. President Biden will be next president by January 20th for next year. But we know his tax policies very clearly. We know what is going forward. The person whom he's appointing, the Treasury Secretary, going to be likely Treasury Secretary, uh, she, Janet Allen, is a well-known person, and she's very conservative person. So we know that what is the plans are. Plans are very clear that we are going to for seeing an increase in tax rates for next 4 years. So we have to plan the thing. This is the only year. This is a very unusual year for a lot of people, but also very unusual year going to be for tax planning for this year to take advantage of all the tax cuts we have. So it's an important date, by the way, December 19. We can do a lot of things in next 13 days from the December 19 onwards. For business owners, they can plan things for giving bonuses, buying equipments. They are looking at qualified business income deductions, 179 depreciation, then PPP loan forgiveness application. What are there for individual tax filers? If you're making a lot of money in stock market, what are the ways they can lower the stock gains? What are harvesting losses? Other strategies are there. We'll talk about those, whether they can do in 12 days. AMT planning is also going to be important for individual tax filers. And the state California taxes. We are not talking about California taxes. We are going to talk about California taxes. Now, just to give a summary of the California taxes, for PPP loan forgiveness, they have clearly mentioned for California tax purposes, for PPP loan forgiveness, if you apply for PPP loan forgiveness and get the forgiveness and don't get the forgiveness this year, you can double dip the expenses for this year. For next year, if you get the forgiveness next year, you have to add back those expenses as income for California tax purposes. So FTB is very clear on that one. Now, the things might change again. It's all dependent upon the IRS, but at least FTB has come forward. So California is definitely a big part of this planning, and we're going to talk about on the December 19 webinar also relates to California taxes.
Yeah, they just got to make things harder for us, right? So that way, everything keeps going.
It's harder for everybody because we need to plan the things, and it's better they make it simple and clear so that people can plan it properly.
Yep. Sanjeevji, any updates on unemployment? There were a lot of talk going on about extending certain benefits for many people who are struggling. Are there any updates with that?
Still, they are waiting for the Congress to work. I think both the Congress people on both the sides, I think they're discussing on ways to get around it for unemployment checks and the stimulus payment and the second PPP loan, some more incentives for business owners and individual tax filers. Let's just keep our fingers crossed. Let maybe next 2-3 weeks we'll find out more.
So there you go, friends. That's all the updates we have for today. And then we'll talk to Sanjeevji in a couple of weeks. And then obviously at the end of the month, we have a webinar coming up as well. These webinars are open to all, whether you are watching us from India or anywhere in the United States, or for that matter, anywhere in the world. You're welcome to join it. We do those webinars through Zoom meetings, so you can just join it from anywhere, from your phone or from your computer, or anything like that way. We do not record these, so they are not available any other way. We kind of do it private kind of meetings because these are open for you to ask your questions. So if you're not clear on something, or there's that one thing that's been bothering you, you want to find out that answers, you can put it in the chat window. We'll bring it up, ask Sanjeevji for those questions, and get those answered for you. Once again, all of this is free, doesn't cost you anything. But if you do have a specific matter that you do want to discuss with Sanjeevji, all his offices are open. So if you want to meet via appointment, you're welcome to do so. Or you can always call his office and you can set up a Zoom meeting and you guys can do a meeting face-to-face that way as well. So thank you so much for joining us, Sanjeevji. I'll look forward to speaking to you next week.
Thank you. Thank you.